I have to heat it a little bit, otherwise I'll just let it boil.
Tell me how it is.
It's amazing. Welcome back, wonderful people. I'll cook some pasta with vegan ragu. First of all, I have to do the vegan ragu and then the pasta. For the vegan ragu, I will use some red lentils, onions, carrot, celery stick, fresh parsley, tomato passata, chopped tomatoes, tomato paste, and a mix of broth, vegetable broth, and water. I will mix a little bit the onion, the carrot and celery sticks. While the vegetables boil a little bit, I will prepare the tomato passata and the chopped tomatoes with tomato paste. Always, before disposing of cans, just smash and close the mouth of the can, the open part, because if the can ever winds up in the nature, it won't stuck on some animal, you know. The vegetables started boiling and they cooked a little bit, so I started preparing before the tomato, but it's a big quantity, so I have to heat a little bit. The tomato mix is pretty hot, so I'll add it the vegetables pot. After boiling the vegetables with the tomato mix for almost 10 minutes, I'll add the red lentils. It's 500 grams of red lentils dry, not 500 grams of soaked lentils. Look at the pot. It's going to burst. I'm gonna stir into the pot occasionally, but otherwise I'll just let it boil. Seeing the quantity of sauce I have here, I will add 4 teaspoons of salt. I will start with 3. This whole time the burner was on a low to medium intensity. Also, I have a nice tofu recipe on my YouTube channel. Why I'm saying this? Because here I have a tofu box with a little bit tofu. I added the oregano, a little bit of pepper, and the parsley. Now that the ragu is ready, is done, I will boil some pasta for myself and my girlfriend. I will use this type of pasta for the vegan ragu because it keeps the sauce inside very well, doesn't matter the brand. I'll let the water boil and then add some salt. The pasta is ready, so I have to take it out quickly, otherwise it will overcook, not want that. And this is how you make pasta with vegan ragu. Una bella pasta con un po' di ragu vegano. This is a full vegan recipe.
Let's eat. Let's eat. Come on, take it and let's eat.
You want a fork, spoon?
Yes, please. Tell me how it is. It's good, it's sour, it's creamy, it's salty.
It's amazing.
One very long digestive tract later.
Nope, the recipe was a disaster. I totally messed it up. Why do I say this? After eating the pasta with the red lentils ragu, I felt a strong acidity in the stomach and in my back throat. And just I knew something was amiss. I knew I did something wrong with the recipe, I didn't know where, so I had to check on the internet.
Eventually.
First of all, let's talk about the problem. What was the problem with the acidity? The acidity was caused by the big quantity of tomatoes and tomato passata. And not only the quantity, but mainly because I boiled the lentils and the vegetables into the tomato mix for a long time. That was the main problem. So if you didn't started yet to cook this recipe and watch the whole video, I recommend you follow the next steps on how to avoid making the same mistakes as I did. First thing first, simmer the vegetables only in water. After the vegetables have simmered and you feel it's time to put the lentils into the vegetables, boil the lentils with the vegetables. Easy, right? Yeah, it should have been easy for me. After that, use only half quantity of tomato mix, half quantity of tomato passata and half quantity of chopped tomatoes. Also, for God's sake, just preheat the tomato mix. Do not boil it. Do not boil anything in the tomato mix. Then add it to the lentils and vegetables. And finally, you can season it. And if you also like it, you can eat it. Voila!
One debt to society later.
If you did the recipe just as me and you find yourself in a situation that the recipe is already cooked, boiled, done, seasoned, I think this is the most simple and effective way of saving the recipe without changing the flavor or adding sugar or other things. So I will add a little bit of sodium bicarbonate, just bit by bit, to see when the acidity is balanced. The ragu needs to be heated, it has to start boiling, then you add the sodium bicarbonate and mix it. It will make these little bubbles and foam, but that's okay. I like now to taste and see whether I have to add more sodium bicarbonate. It is much better, but there seems the need for a little bit more, just a sprinkle. I actually added something else too, which is not organic. Much better. I recommend you add little by little sodium bicarbonate just to avoid losing the whole recipe, the whole pot.
Ah, graduation day.
I hope I passed the test. Yes! 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 She usually doesn't jump on the counter. Thank you.
I put a spell on you.
I will boil a little bit the vegetable and then I have to stop beating the pot with the stick. Can I do it? I will boil the vegetables. Never pour the tomato passata and the chopped tomatoes from high altitude. It will just splash all over the kitchen. Just like I did. Yeah. Do not copy me. Please. Do not do this at home. This is the hardest part of the fucking recipe. To chop onions. But I'm doing this for you. It's so easy to cry when you chop onions.
Also, Gandalf is crying.
Are you crying? Yeah, maybe that's why Freya was crying.
I'm gonna close the door because I'm gonna cry too soon.
Eu te plânge, amicu.
Și Gandalf păzește.